Hello everyone, welcome back to another video of my channel. I am Kishore. I hope you all are doing well. So GATE result is up and I want to congratulate all of you who made it through in GATE 2022. I mean who has a pretty good GATE score, and all the best for all of you who has a pretty good GATE score and who will be getting IITs for your MTech. So all the best for your future endeavor. And the people who doesn't have a pretty good GATE score, I think who has a kind of average score like the rank is like 500, 2000 or 1200. This particular video is for you, because in this particular video I am going to talk about that how you will prepare for the M.Tech Research interview in IISc specifically. But you know, this particular video will be helpful for the research interview for MS in different IITs also. So what I have done is I have asked from my friends in IISc who has done M.Tech Research from IISc like between 2018 to 2021. So there are many people, but you know, they don't want to come front and give the interview because they are shy. So what I've done is I have asked their written kind of experience. So I've asked them to write down what are the questions and how was the overall experiences, and I have collected the kind of data from all the different branches of computer science like system theory and intelligent system pool. And in this particular video I am going to discuss them in detail. So this particular video is only for the computer science, that is a disclaimer, and here I am going to discuss in detail that what are the things that you have to prepare for if you want to appear for the M.Tech Research interview in IISc. So first what I'll do is I'll show you a sample offer letter, that how it looks like and what are the things that you have to kind of fill up before appearing for the interview. So and then I'll be sharing the detailed experiences what I have gathered from different branches, students from different branches like system pool, intelligent system pool and theory pool. So that's it about the today's video. So please do watch the video till end. And before starting the video, as I always say, if you are new to this particular channel, please subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon so that you get all the notifications regularly. Now without further ado, let's get started today's video. Okay, so first you have to apply for the research interview. I mean that when the application will be up, I think it is up already. So you have to apply for the MS or M.Tech Research, and then you will be receiving a offer letter from the CSA department, IISc, and I will be showing you now another sample offer letter like that. So this is the offer letter I have taken from 2020. So this is kind of the overall format of the offer letter. So in 2020, as you know, the pandemic has started, so interview was happening online, and this was the week July 6th to July 10th 2020. That was the week when the interview was going on for M.Tech Research. And for each day there will be two sessions, beginning of 9 a.m. that is the morning session, and there will be one afternoon session that will be starting from 2 p.m. And one thing I want to mention here, that this July 6th to 10th was a bit delay that year, because 2020, as you all know, COVID has started for the first time that year, and things are not that easy. The lockdown was going on throughout the country, so that way it got delayed so far. But generally it happened like around May to June. I mean like last week of May to June midweek. That was kind of a tentative time when this research interview used to happen in IISc. Now this is the overall generic offer letter that will be receiving, but the exact date of the session of the interview, when particularly your interview will be scheduled, that will be communicated to you separately by the admission office of IISc. And you also will be getting the logistic detail for attending the online interview, like what are the like kind of email, like Google Meet link, and there are many other things that will be there. So that will be sent, the details of the logistic will be sent to you separately. Now coming to the next para, so they will send you one Google form like this, which you have to fill, and here you have to fill the research stream and the research sub areas. So what you have to do is that you have to choose which particular stream or direction you want to give your interview, and on that particular research stream, what are the sub areas you are looking for. Now if you come to the end, so there is a table that is given detailing about the research stream and the research sub areas and the background subject. So in computer science, as you all know, there are broadly three research streams there, that is theoretical computer science, computer system and softwares, and intelligent systems. Now you can choose any one of them. Please keep in mind, you can choose any one of them. and so you have to be very sure on which direction you want to appear for the interview, and you want to do your MTech research if you got selected in the interview. Now coming to the sub areas where the positions are open. So these are the sub areas. Suppose for theory of computer science, these are the sub areas where professors are willing to take students, like algorithmic game theory, algorithms, complexity theory, combinational geometry, cryptography, graph theory. There are so many are there. So please go through them, and you can choose any two of them. Maximum you can choose two of them. Similarly, for computer system softwares also, there are compilers, there are operating system, architecture, computer architecture, databases. So all these things are there. And for intelligence system, there are, like, as you know, intelligence system for machine learning, data science. So you can choose deep learning, data driven safety, game theory, then network science, reinforcement learning, machine learning. All of these things you can choose. So keep in mind that you have to choose at most two sub areas for which the positions are open. And finally, the background subjects. So these are subjects you have to prepare for if you want to appear for a research team. So suppose if you want to appear for theory computer science, you have to go through data structure algorithm, discrete math, linear algebra, probability, this thing. Similarly, if you want to appear for intelligence systems, you need discrete math, linear algebra, probability. And for system softwares, computer architecture, operating system, algebra, probability, these things you have to be very good at. So based on these these things, you have to choose, you please go through this table very well, and then choose which are the research team you are interested in, and what are the sub areas you are most interested in, and based on that you choose that particular Google form. And one more thing that is mentioned here in this, that please enter your choice carefully, as it will determine which panel you will be interviewed by and the topics on which you will be asked question. So based on which research stream and the research sub area you will be choosing, based on that your interview panel will be decided. Suppose you are filling for compiler, or if you are giving a choice as a computer architecture, then the professor who is interested to take students in the compiler or computer architecture, he or she will take your interview. So you can't expect that you give the choose in the compiler and professor from the OS or from maybe machine learning or data science will take your interview. So that won't happen. So please choose this research stream and research sub area very carefully. And also please note that in case you are admitted to the research program, you will be expected to work in the research topic within the chosen research team. So the thing is that if you are getting admission in the computer system, suppose, so you can't work in the machine learning data science because that is intelligence system. So please choose carefully. And also they have given the link for the faculty and lab pages here. So based on that, you can visit this faculty web page or their lab web page and see what are the research work, what are the direction that they are working on. And based on that also you can select your that will help you to select to choose what are the research team and sub areas that you want to get into. So this filling of this form is very crucial, because that will decide on which direction you will be working for the next 2.5 years. So please be very careful, and please do a proper survey before filling up this form. And then only after doing proper survey, when you are sure that you want to go into this particular direction or this particular sub areas, based on that fill this particular form. So this is the first thing that you have to do, that you have to fill this form, and based on that your interview panels will be decided. Now coming to the actual interview procedure, first of all, many of you might be asking me that what is the cutoff score or cutoff gate rank that is needed to get a call or to get shortlisted for the research interview or the written test. So this cutoff varies, but what I have seen in 2018-19, that time around 700-800 rank if you have in computer science, you'll be getting a call for the interview and written test. So but again this may vary this time because that this cutoff used to change year to year. But if you have around 500 to 700 rank, you have a pretty good chance that you will be getting a call for the interview. Now once you got shortlisted for the interview, the first thing will be there, that is the written test. So in the written test, it is a MCQ based test where they will ask you question generic. I mean, it's not specifically to the research domain that you have selected. It will be a it will be kind of a written test that is similar to the gate exam, where question can come from anywhere. I mean, they may ask you data structure algorithm, they may ask you from the system, they may ask you from the mathematics, discrete-man, linear algebra, probability. So whoever I have talked to it, so they have told that this is kind of a pretty generic written test where the questions are MCQ based, and it is similar to the gate syllabus or gate questions, and the question will come from anywhere. So data structure algorithm plays a very vital role in this particular aspect, because there are a lot of algorithm and data structure question will be there in this particular written test, and obviously there will be a question from the probability, linear algebra, discrete math, and system subject like architecture, OS and all. So this is the first thing that will be happening. So there will be, I think, around 1 hour the exam will be, and based on how you are performing, I think mostly 70 to 80% students will be selected for the interview. So if you don't do very bad in the written test, most likely you will be going for the interview, and there will be a certain weightage also will be given to this particular written test in the final decision. So if you are someone who is appearing for the theory pool, that is algorithm, complexity theory, then cryptography, all of these things, if you are someone who is appearing for this one, you have to be very good in the theoretical part. That means you have to be very good in the algorithm part, you have to be very good in discrete math, probability, linear algebra, and also you need to know how to prove things. Like suppose they will ask you algorithm questions, so they will ask you the proof of correctness also, like can you prove this one? So you need to know how to prove that particular algorithm that you are saying, that whether that particular algorithm is correct, or maybe you have to show them that what is the time complexity, space complexity of that particular algorithm, and why that algorithm is really good. That you have to do. So I have asked few of my friends about the questions that was asked that time. I may share maybe few of them. So like one question was, given an array of length n, if a particular number is more than n by 2 times in the array, it's called majority. So suggest an algorithm to find the majority in a given array. So you have to find you have to propose an algorithm that will find the majority of a given array, and obviously you have to propose an algorithm which has a good time complexity and space complexity. So maybe you can try, like you can give a proposed solution initially, that may be a very naive one, and then the professor will counter you that what is the time complexity, space complexity of this particular algorithm. Then if it is not that good, then they will ask you that can you think better, can you improve that one. So this is how typically the interview goes on in theory or any domain where the proofs or complexity plays a very crucial role. One more example is, suppose given a set of vertices in the graph V, and suppose the number of vertices or cardinality of vertices n, there exists an edge between any vertices u, v with probability p. Then determine the expected number of the triangle. So I hope you understand, this is a problem where graph theory and probability is kind of mixed. And yeah, I mean, this is how again there is another question, given a graph, suggest an algorithm to find how many edges are there, how many edges in a graph are bridges. I hope you know the definition of bridge. So you have to suggest an algorithm to find that how many edges are actually bridge in that particular graph, and what is the time and space complexity of the algorithm. So for theory, the main thing is that because it's a theoretical computer science, so you have to be very good in the mathematical part of the algorithm. That is, you have to be very good to find out the time space complexity and the why that particular algorithm is correct and why it is performing well. So that proves you have to be very good. Okay, now coming to the computer system and software part. So in this particular domain, if you want to go for the interview, so you don't need that much of mathematical understanding of the problem. So because it is related to system, so mostly they will focus you of your fundamental about the system subjects and how well you do the coding. But all of my friends told me that though it's a system pool or systems interview panel, data structure algorithm is common for this panel also. So they will ask a few questions from data structure algorithm as well, apart from the system courses. So like they will ask you questions from stack, array, linked list. So these basic data structure questions they will ask, and obviously they will ask you questions from the subjects that you have chosen. So suppose you have chosen computer architecture, so they will ask you some question from computer architecture, and if you have chosen database, OS, so they will ask you question from there. So I have asked them few of the questions, and that maybe I'll be sharing you again. So like one of my friends told me that he was asked to write a code to reverse the linked list both iteratively and recursive. I hope you all know this one. And how would you know from looking the source code that a problem would terminate or not? So that he has been asked. What happens when you push the power button of the CPU? How does the OS get started? So the whole steps, that how this OS rebooted and all. So that was asked in one of my friends in the panel. And there are some process synchronization question also was asked. And the other person was asked, yeah, just a minute, he was asked related to virtual memory, caches, TLBs. So all of these things, like what is virtual memory, how it is managed, who manages virtual memory, why virtual memory is needed, and similarly what is the difference between TLB and caches. I hope you all know this one. And how is the content mapped in the memory. The detailed explanation was needed, that the difference mechanism, like segment based, paging based approaches, that you have all read, I guess. So that was there. And what are the granularities of caches and memories. So all these things were there in the panel. I think that this person has selected computer organization, so all of these things was asked to him. And he has also selected database system. So from there he has asked that how do database maintain isolation, what are the different granularities it can maintain isolation on, how the consistency is achieved in the database, how synchronization works, different synchronization mechanism works in databases, what are the atomic operations that you perform in database. So these are the things. I mean, if you are selecting a particular subject, you have to read it very carefully. They won't ask you very difficult question, they will ask you very fundamental question that you have gone through for your GATE preparation. You just have to go through them, understand them, have a very good basic understanding of the basic fundamental, and the question will be coming from that. So please remember, if you are going for system, apart from the system subjects that you have chosen, do a bit practice of the coding, because they may ask you some of the algorithms to write in C program or pseudo algorithms. And also please do prepare for data structure algorithm, because that is also common for system pool. Now finally coming to the intelligent system pool, which is related to machine learning data science. So here also you have to be good for data structure algorithm, because they may ask you question from data structure algorithm. Actually data structure algorithm is common from all the pool, because this is very basic for computer science, and whichever direction you want to go, you should be very good in data structure algorithm. So that's why every pool data structure algorithm, one or two questions they will ask. Now specific to this machine learning or data science intelligent system pool, it is quite similar to what I have experienced in my PhD interview. So most of the questions they will ask from probability or linear algebra. So I have shared my PhD interview experiences in very early stages of my channel. So last year July I have shared a video regarding the IISc interview experience of my PhD, so that you can go and check it out. So there are also people, in all the departments where I have appeared for, they were asking me questions from linear algebra and probability. So one of my friends who appeared for M.Tech Research interview in IISc CSA department, so she also said me that the questions were basically coming from probability and the linear algebra. And linear algebra, mostly the questions are asked from eigenvalue, eigenvectors, and there are some new kind of some problems they were given, and you have to solve them. And they will ask you maybe some proofs also, that they may ask you some properties of eigenvalue, eigenvector, and if you answer them, they will ask you, can you prove that one? So this is one thing I have seen in IISc in intelligent system and theory pool, that whenever you say some kind of algorithm or some kind of theorem, they will ask you to prove that one. So this is one thing that is very common in IISc. So if you are someone who is preparing for intelligent system pool, so when you are reading like probability or linear algebra, so there are different properties of linear algebra, as you all know, like eigenvalue, eigenvector, there are different properties, determinant, there are different properties. So try to read there how to prove that property. I mean, how you can prove that this is valid for a matrix or for a vector. So that thing is very important, because they may ask you the proofs, so that you please go through once. And yeah, for actually for intelligence system, I think only linear algebra, probability and discrete math is sufficient, and obviously data structure algorithm. So yeah, that's it about the kind of interview panel for intelligence system. Yeah, that's it guys, that's it about today's video. So I have tried to give a detailed explanation or detailed kind of background that what is the overall procedure for Mtech Research interview in IISc, and what are the particular subjects you have to prepare for a particular sub area or particular research domain. So that I think this will be really helpful for all of you who are planning to appear for the Mtech Research interview in next 2 months. So all the questions and the detailed research experience or whatever my friends have sent me, I will be given in the description. You can go through it. So I hope it will be helpful for all of you in the coming future. So that's it guys, that's it about today's video. I hope you like the video, and if you like the video, please hit the like button. And if you are new to this particular channel, please subscribe my channel, hit the bell icon so that you get all the notifications regularly. And please do share my video so that many people will get to know about it and they get help from these videos. So that's it guys, that's it about today's video. I'll be meeting in the next video. Until then, bye.